Hello everyone, welcome to the DPB podcast. I'm your host Ryan Mondis with DisneyPinsBlog.com, the latest news on Disney pin trading and collecting from around the world. This is episode number 192 for the week of June 29th, 2020.
Welcome to the Disney Pins blog podcast.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's been a couple of weeks since I had a podcast episode go up. I do apologize, was a little busy, and these podcasts take me a while to edit. But we are back here for 192, week of June 29th, the last week here in June. I'm not going to cover all of the pin news since the last podcast episode, because that's 3 weeks of news. You can find it all, of course, at DisneyPinsBlog.com/blog. All of the articles are up there. So we're going to talk about some of the more recent releases and pin news this week. And then later for Disney Pin Chat, I just wanted to go through a list of the parks around the world and their reopening dates. So first, let's start off with housekeeping. I wanted to mention the giveaway winner for June. That was the Rainbow Castle giveaway. Congrats to Connor B. in Indiana. And thank you to all who entered. We will have another giveaway coming up here in July. The second thing for housekeeping is all of the Loungefly mystery pin boxes we released last week. There's a ton of them. 5 different sets. The Villain backpacks, Mickey and Friends backpacks, Toy Story Aliens, Alice in Wonderland cards, and the Princess ice cream cones. All 5 sets sold out, but we are restocking this week. So keep an eye out, dpbstore.com. Those will be restocked. Now let's head into the pin news. First, we're going to start off with Loungefly and their LE500 pin release this week. Every Tuesday, they have an LE500 pin release. They go extremely fast, like within a few seconds. It's crazy. But this week features Wally, and he has a little movable arm. Limited edition 500, retail price $25. Nice looking Wally pin there. All right, now let's head over to FigPin. Their latest release features Baymax, which I personally love. There are 2 different styles. One is Armored Baymax, and the other one is the white version with his hand up, he's waving. And then each style has a variant. It's a glitter chase. I think 1 out of every 6 is a glitter version. And these are common Fig pins, so that means they're not limited edition. They shouldn't be that hard to get your hands on. They are releasing this Wednesday, July 1st. At 10 a.m. Pacific time. You can find those at figpin.com, and I think other retailers are having them as well. Nice looking pins there for the Baymax collectors. Next, we're going to head over to ShopDisney. They recently had a new release for Toy Story 3 10th anniversary. I got this one for myself. It was a limited release pin, retail price $15.99, and that released at shopdisney.com online, and I think Shanghai and UK got them as well. So that was a global release there. Next at Shop Disney, we blogged about the upcoming Pocahontas 25th anniversary pin. It features Miko. That's limited edition of $17.50, but it is a D23 member exclusive. You have to be a D23 gold member or gold family member to be able to purchase this pin. So I thought that was pretty cool. We haven't seen an exclusive D23 pin release for a long time. But yeah, this is going to be available at shopdisney.com on July 6th. They didn't give a time yet. I'm assuming it'll be like a 10 a.m. drop, like they've typically been doing, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Or it might be one of those weird ones that releases at 3 a.m. Alright, next we're going to head over to BoxLunch. We haven't seen a new pin release at BoxLunch for a few months now. They've been kind of laying low during the whole virus, no new pin releases. I think the last one was maybe in March or April. But 2 new ones just came out featuring the child from Star Wars The Mandalorian. The first one features him eating a frog, and the second one features the child sitting down. I like the poses for these pins. I'm probably going to have to add them to my personal collection. I am a Baby Yoda collector, but I wish they would have went with a hard enamel. Based on the photos, it does look like they're soft enamel with like dips in the paint, so it doesn't seem like a nice, smooth, high-quality pin. But I'm probably going to be purchasing them for myself. They did release this past week on June 24th. With a retail price of $8.90 each. Just nice to see new pin releases at BoxLunch. Next, we're going to head over to Hong Kong Disneyland. They did just reopen, and they have a new pin release featuring Timothy Mouse from Dumbo. This is a mini jumbo pin. It's a hinged pin, and is limited edition of only $2.50. So pretty rare pin there. I think it's a Magic Access exclusive. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that is basically their annual pass. All right, now let's head into Walt Disney World. Lots of updates here in Orlando. The first one I want to mention is there is a buy one get one free offer happening at Disney Springs at Disney Pin Traders on all 2020 dated pins. I did mention this in a vlog, but if you guys are just listening to the podcast on iTunes or on the website or watching here on YouTube, I wanted to mention it again. But yeah, basically all of the Disney Parks 2020 pins, the booster pin sets, pin trading lanyard set, mystery boxes, everything was buy one get one free. So I actually bought one of the mystery boxes for $15.99 and got a free one. So 4 pins for $16, great deal there. Not sure how much longer this is lasting for, but as of a couple days ago, you could still get this if you're here visiting Walt Disney World or a local in Orlando. Be sure to hit up Disney's Pin Traders. Next, I did some resort hopping this past week, and I made a stop at the Polynesian Resort and noticed they had a pin trading board at the Boutique gift shop on the first floor in the lobby. So if you find yourself in the Polynesian, you can pin trade there on that board. It's a small board, not too many good ones. I did see mostly scrappers, but there were a couple sprinkled in, some new hidden Mickey pins that were real, and actually a 2020 dated pin was on there, so that was definitely real. And then after that, I think the next day or 2 days after that, I did hit up the Contemporary Resort, and I checked out their gift shop there, the Fantasia gift shop, and I was very surprised to see that they had limited edition pins being sold. Disney did announce that no new limited edition pins were going to be released, but the pin case at Disney Springs has been boarded up. You can't even look inside. But in Contemporary Resort, it was like stuck in time. Basically, all the releases from whenever the parks closed in mid-March were still available there. A lot of good ones too. So yeah, I filmed those. There's a video up on the YouTube channel already if you haven't seen it. There's a photo up on DisneyPinsBlog.com, so you can see the selection inside that pin case. But I thought that was exciting to see. I filmed it and then I stepped outside, and then when I came back in, the store was closed, so I didn't have a chance to purchase any of the limited edition pins myself. Next, there was a brand new booster pin set that released at Walt Disney World. If you guys recall, this did appear at shopdisney.com a couple of weeks ago, but now it made its way to Walt Disney World. I found it at the Contemporary Resort, at Disney's Pin Traders, at Disney Springs. It's kind of been all around, but it's a gorgeous booster pin set. It features different lands in the Magic Kingdom. You have Main Street, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, and Adventureland. So really nice looking set there, 4-pin set, open edition, retail price $27.90. Next we had an update from D23 regarding the Destination D Fantastic Worlds event, and they did say that it is going to be postponed, not happening in November 2020 at Contemporary Resort. It's going to be postponed to 2021 now. They didn't give a date. It's all based off what happens with the virus, but hopefully it will still happen next year, because I love that event. I mentioned it because it is a great event for pin collectors, because they have the Mickey's of Glendale pop-up shop there where all of the WDI pin releases are. They always have lots of great pins at those events. So a little disappointing that it's not happening this year, but I understand why. And then last, for Disney Parks, we have a new pin release this week. It's actually going to be on shopdisney.com, not happening in the park since Disneyland's still closed and no limited edition pins are being released at Walt Disney World, but this features the 4th of July pin. It has Stitch on it with Cinderella Castle in the background, with stars and kind of like the American flag on it. It says Happy Independence Day 2020 at the top. You see fireworks in the background, and that is limited edition of 4,000 with a retail price of $17.99. That will be available on Saturday, July 4th. So I don't think there's any Thursday releases this week. I think this is our only one on the 4th of July. That could change, but we didn't get a July calendar yet. So as soon as we have that, we'll be sure to share it with you guys. And then finally, for Disney Pin Chat, I just kind of want to go over all of the parks around the world, since every single one now has a reopening date, except for one. But I just wanted to go through that list with everyone. And most of the viewers probably only care about the US parks, but still want to mention that anyways, because with these reopening dates, that means we're going to start seeing lots of more pin releases at those parks. So the first one, of course, was Shanghai Disneyland. They opened on May 11th, and we already seen tons of new pin releases over there in Shanghai. The second one to reopen was Hong Kong Disneyland on June 18th, just a week or two ago now. And we already have started to see a few new pin releases there. They actually released all of the February and March limited edition pins. They released them once the park opened in June. So I thought that was interesting. Then they also had new open edition pins that released. The third park to reopen is going to be Tokyo Disney Resort this week, actually, on July 1st. So that's the third release opening there. They don't have too many pin releases, but I'm sure we will start to see some new ones roll in there. So that'll be exciting. The fourth one is Walt Disney World here in Florida. I mean, Walt Disney World has kind of already been open. If you include Disney Springs, we are seeing new pin releases. And all of the Disney Vacation Club resorts are open, which is exciting. But July 11th marks the park openings for Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. And then a few days later, on July 15th, will be Epcot and Hollywood Studios. The fifth park to reopen is Disneyland Paris on July 15th. So hopefully we'll start to see those pin calendars being released again. Those were always on their website. And I'll be excited to see where they pick up at, because I'm sure they've had lots of pins in the pipeline that they need to release. And then finally, the last one is Disneyland here in America and California. They were supposed to reopen on July 17th, but that did get pushed back due to, I think, the government in California. They didn't allow them to reopen. So I don't think there is a reopening date yet for Disneyland California, but they do have their Downtown Disney District opening on, I believe it's July 9th. So that'll be exciting, at least, some restaurants and shopping at World of Disney. So that's going to do it for the Pin Chat. Just a little list there of the parks reopening around the world. Hope you guys enjoyed episode number 192 of the DPB podcast. A little bit of pin news this week. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and hope everyone has a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. See ya.